Have you ever wondered why some people with ordinary talent achieve extraordinary things, while some geniuses never truly flourish? The answer lies with the man who revolutionized modern psychology, Albert Bandura. He taught us that belief is not just a feeling, it is the fuel that ignites the engine of action. Today, in 5 minutes, we will learn lessons from him that could change the trajectory of your life. You might assume the greatest psychologist of the last 50 years loved this field from childhood. But surprisingly, Bandura became a psychologist completely by accident. As a young student, he carpooled to the university early every morning with engineers and medics. Because they arrived so early, Bandura had a free hour to kill. He looked at the course catalog and saw that the only class available at that time was Introductory Psychology. He took it simply to fill the gap. Later, he famously said, "Some of the most important determinants of life paths often arise through the most trivial of circumstances." The lesson here? Do not wait for the perfect moment. Sometimes random choices, when paired with persistence, can create masterpieces. Bandura gave science a gift called self-efficacy. Make no mistake, this is not the same as self-confidence. Self-confidence says, "I am worthy," but self-efficacy says, "I believe I can execute this specific task." Bandura conducted a famous experiment with people who had severe snake phobias. He placed them in a room with a boa constrictor. At first, they only watched. Then they saw others touching the snake. Eventually, the very people who were once paralyzed by fear were holding the snake around their necks. Bandura proved that human ability is not fixed. By changing your belief, you change how your brain and body perform. He found that people with high self-efficacy attribute failure to insufficient effort, not a lack of intelligence. That is why they always get back up. Through his famous Bobo doll experiment, Bandura demonstrated that we are like video cameras. We do not learn primarily by listening to advice. We learn by watching. He stated, "Fortunately, most human behavior is learned observationally through modeling. This means you become the average of the people you observe. If you want to be brave, you simply need to watch brave people and observe how they handle a crisis." Let us wrap up with 3 golden insights from his life's work. First, on belief. Self-belief does not necessarily ensure success, but self-disbelief assuredly spawns failure. Second, on challenges. People who doubt their capabilities shy away from difficult tasks which they view as personal threats. But those with self-efficacy view them as challenges to be mastered. And finally, on responsibility. Psychology cannot tell people how they ought to live their lives. It can, however, provide them with the means for effecting personal and social change. Albert Bandura taught us that we are not victims of our environment, but rather its architects. Do one small thing today that scares you, just to prove to your brain, "I can." Goodbye.